Yo, I'm back. Live in the kitchen, episode 38. I'm in the building. Shout out to all my sponsors. It's too many to name right now, but I ain't gonna go through all that. But y'all know who y'all are, and I appreciate all y'all support. I need y'all to like, share, comment. As always, streaming on all platforms. And I'm going to get straight to it. Today's topic is going to be about the fascination with the gangster stories. And why it's like constantly just keep getting recycled year in and year out. And why people constantly find themselves going on YouTube or websites looking for these stories. And why people don't create their own narrative. They want to live such a gangster lifestyle, or they so fascinated with people like Nicky Barnes and Alpo and Guy Fisher, John Gotti, the Mob, so on and so forth, Larry Hoover. There's so many names to name and so many DVDs that came out about all these people. Why people don't create their own stories, and why you think they're so fascinated with the street life. And also, I got some guests today. I got my boy Mizza.
What up, though?
You heard?
How you feeling, man?
And I got my boy. He back again.
You already know it's the boy, man. Rashid the Chef, a.k.a. Faint Your Life.
Yeah. All right, so, we all in the building. Let's talk about it.
I mean, it's like, when you watch it, some people want to, portray that life, but be you. You feel what I'm saying?
Word.
Follow your own footsteps. Don't follow behind them. I mean, you could, use some of that person's, take some of that shit and take heed to it. Use it to your advantage. But don't try to follow out the next man.
Yeah. What you think?
I feel like the reason why people are fascinated with that dumb shit is because it's all entertainment nowadays, and people never got the answers that they was looking for. But at the same time, it's like...
That leads into a good question I can ask y'all. What y'all think about Alpo releasing the clip of him going out there to show people where he buried Rich Porter, and actually showing the place where he died at?
Well, you can't say he's snitching, because motherfuckers been telling his business for him. So it's like he telling you exactly what the fuck happened. So
Facts.
he put it out there himself.
Indeed. I mean, shit, man. It's like you got but 1,000 people going against one person. You feel what I'm saying? What else people going? What else you going to do? You're back already against the wall.
That's the truth.
I feel like Harm just want to be a normal person.
Do you feel like he's wrong because everybody else that monetized off his success, and everybody that monetized off of those three images, Rich Porter, Alpo, and AZ? Do y'all feel like, they made a movie. They also done made documentaries about these dudes, but do you feel like that was something authorized by him, Rich Porter family? Mm-hmm. Do you feel like...
I think Home just wanted to get low after the whole situation, to be honest.
They made up their own stories, too.
Mm-hmm. A lot of shit. If you watch all the documents and shit, that's going on. The movie is based on one thing, but then you got the documents on all these other people that played parts in that shit. You feel what I'm saying? And you try to put everything all together, it's still a mixed up story.
Regardless, because niggas just try to do their own math, but they don't know the real equation.
Mm-hmm. True. Do y'all feel like... All right, and another question I want to ask y'all. Do y'all feel like if all the black gangs was combined up against the mob, who would be the stronger force? And I ain't talking about just from a fighting standpoint. I'm talking about money, influence, power, so on and so forth.
I ain't even gonna hold you. I say the Black Panthers would be the most craziest gang brain-wise. Because they can outsmart you and they'll boycott certain shit and they'll make sure that they'll grow as a unit. Everybody
militant.
else be different. Like the Bloods, Crip, they all live by this weirdo code. The Black Panthers live by their own code, and it was for the culture.
That's true.
Definitely right on that one.
That's a fact. Do y'all think that the mob overshined a lot of the black gangs? As far as like, all right, back in the day, they had a gang in Chicago, right? They was the Gangster Disciples, and they had the what was the other gang? The Black Stone Rangers, right? Back in the day, they used to like work with the Black Panthers to do the breakfast programs, give books away, help people build houses in black communities. If you think that black gangs adapted that today and actually did stuff like that, because even up into the 90s when Larry Hoover was trying to do it with the Century 21 voting, and he tried to do it with the, like, he tried to do other things in Chicago that other people wasn't doing, but that shit got overshined because of, at the time they had John Gotti trial going, and that was like the biggest thing on TV, and then they had the mob, other mob figures, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Do y'all feel like that overshined other stuff that black gangs did?
I mean, like, as far as like you feeling like you're a part of a movement, I mean, when you win a game, you think what I'm saying? You feel like you part of something doing that right. Nowadays, it's bullshit.
I don't know. I feel as if the mob did shit smarter than the black gangs, and I want to say what they did was what a lot of these criminals should have did.
Unified.
Invest in land. Do the shit legally, smart. You letting these motherfuckers buy bars, diners, and have all type of drugs run through there, but it's on a legal script. They did a lot of, like, black gangs did a lot of illegal, stupid shit, and they wasn't using their mind. Yeah, they had the unity, but after that, there wasn't no plan.
That's true. And I agree with that to a certain degree, because it was some black dudes that was like leaders at the time in the drug game. They tried to do shit with their money, but it was just like on a smaller scale, because the mob, you know, they probably they actually getting contracts, and they getting this and they getting that. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? But you know, not to take nothing. Well, we could take it away from Nicky Barnes. He a snitch, and Frank Lucas. He a snitch too, as well. But they also own bars. They own clubs and
they own
other shit.
Exactly.
But it was just on a smaller scale, and it was probably more cheaper because we was in a black community. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
At the same time, though, it could have been more useful if we was thinking, if black people thought, like, well, the gangs, I should say, not all black people, but if certain gangs thought like how certain mobs thought, it'd still be black mobs around right now, where we have the same amount of power as regular mobs.
Exactly. Like the guy Frank Matthews, they ain't never caught him yet. He's still on the run, but how much of that money do you think he actually enjoyed? If he ran with $30 million, which would be equivalent to $120 million in money today, if he made off with that type of money in the 70s, do you think he blew all that money?
No.
You think he was smart with this shit?
Definitely. I mean, back then, that kind of money,
like I said, that shit's still around. That's what's so crazy. Especially if it was on the street and it wasn't mainstream, that money's still around.
Definitely.
Damn, that's crazy.
Ain't no way you going through all that money and there's not enough property and shit you could buy.
Or it really ain't. It's really not. So my next question is, do y'all think that a lot of the violence that came from the gangs in the 80s, like far as just the black gangs, in the 80s, the 90s, even the late 70s, caused the way how people live now today in certain neighborhoods? Do y'all feel like a lot of people try to pattern or image the way they was living.
And niggas set the tone. Niggas set the example of how they lived, and a lot of they didn't teach their kids right. They didn't show them that these influences can lead you here. These influences can lead you here. Like they just let them be influenced by the streets. Like never mind TV.
Yeah.
They had them fucked up since the 80s. And then the 90s is just more fun. It's just a chain of effect, bro. Pretty much.
Definitely is.
Only thing I could say, though, back in the day, women didn't downgrade themselves as much now. Now it's different. Before, they wanted to wear baggy clothes like Aaliyah. Now these bitches don't want to wear no clothes.
Mm-hmm.
And these men are more demasculating. They all want to be feminine as fuck now, or you have to be a gangster. There's no in between.
Yeah.
Shit was different back then. A nigga shoot you, beat you up. You couldn't fuck with her sister. You had to go through him first. There's a lot of codes people live by. Now the morals are just out the window.
Yeah. Yeah, so a lot of that being said, people that glamorize it, they should understand it a little bit more versus just trying to gravitate to it, be it, and then it actually don't work out for you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, I don't know. Shit, game banging like being in a family, I'm assuming.
Right now, that's how they make it all look.
Everybody gotta be in the same spot, rocking the same shit, just standing out, and motherfuckers knew who you are.
Mm-hmm.
Shit, that was fine.
Nobody got independence to be what they came here to be. Everybody want to be what the next person is, and people ain't really shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Let's see. So now that, everybody know that Tekashi done told on everybody in his crew, do gangs think they should, like, start doing their recruiting a little different?
Nah, motherfuckers still stupid, bro. They're still gonna have a solution. Right now, it's a Tekashi Crip nigga. He just not as hot out in the open, but he working with the feds.
Okay.
That's just how it go, bro.
Cold world.
Yeah. So they just planting niggas in the gang. You know?
Mm-hmm. Nigga selling his whole team out for a little bit of money. All type of shit.
Yeah, and then whatever the government give them.
Exactly my point. The government is behind all this shit. That's what's so crazy about life. There's not one thing that they're not behind.
Mm-hmm. What you think, bro?
Likewise, bro. Shit, look. Shit, man, your phone, man. The motherfuckers could locate you any motherfucking place you at.
But to be honest, the gangs don't even really need no rats with all this technology. Niggas snitching on themselves already.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with social media. Tekashi just he was a part of some shit bigger than the social media. So it's like, okay, these niggas was already slightly telling, but he's about to give us the real scoop so we can put it together.
Mm-hmm. That's definitely the truth.
Niggas convict themselves.
What you think about AR-Ab and Dark Low situation?
Man, free them niggas, that's all I'm saying. I hope them niggas come home. Cause that's the last of the real.
Real talk.
So you think that his boy giving that general statement messed everything up?
I mean, I feel like Vlad TV fucked everything up. Cause they been on there a couple times.
But it's crazy though, cause the feds ain't used none of that footage though.
I mean, niggas was telling me themselves.
They just used they lyrics from certain songs. But they ain't used none of the Vlad TV shit. They ain't used nothing. No